One of the best preserved Romanesque churches in all of Tuscany is the cathedral here in Sovana. The cathedral is dedicated to St. Peter and was built in the 12th century, but on top of an earlier 9th century church. And in fact, really the only portion of that older church that remains is this beautiful portal. And some of the decoration on this portal is rather extraordinary, including the relief here of the knight lifting his sword as he fights against the two-tailed siren that you see here to the other side. A symbol which we also see in the nearby Etruscan necropolis just outside of Sovana, and alluding to the victory of Christianity over paganism. Much of what you see today is actually part of that 12th century enlargement, because the choir of the church that you see back there was actually built in the 9th century. And in fact, you can see how the altar is lifted up on that Presbyterian base, because underneath it you find this very suggestive space, which is the crypt of the Cathedral of Sovana. And the most intriguing thing about the Cathedral of Sovana is its crypt, because it really does feel like a crypt. You descend down the staircase here and enter into a space which is defined by these 6 travertine stone columns. They've been reused here. You can see they've actually been cut, supporting this 2-foot vault up above the altar where in fact Mass can be celebrated. And perhaps the most unique thing about this crypt is that there's a back door, so that people could actually enter into it without walking through the church. The architecture of the church is typically Romanesque. It is a low building with thick walls and small windows. And if not for the artificial illumination, it'd be a pretty dark building. The floor plan is a basilica plan. That is a rectangle divided up on its longer axis into 3 aisles, the central of which is the nave. And one of the typical features of Romanesque churches is the lack of a transept or cross arm, which is a later Gothic addition to Christian churches. And the separation between the aisles is made up of these cluster piers that you see. The capitals of many are quite ornate. One in particular, which actually depicts a whole series of Old Testament stories, including Abraham with his wives, the sacrifice of Isaac, Daniel in the lion den, and Adam and Eve. And throughout the rest of the church, you'll find examples of art from various centuries, some 15th century fresco fragments by Sienese masters, a painting along the right-hand side of the nave attributed to the school of Andrea del Sarto, and a dramatic Crucifixion of St. Peter attributed to one of the followers of Caravaggio. And remember to like this video and to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you don't miss out on any of this great footage that we're filming here in Italy and publishing weekly.